And that's where babies come from.
I had it backwards. So thanks. That's now I won't go in. Now I won't go in there anymore.
Yeah, you just turn them around, and then it's not backwards anymore.
Right.
And
Okay.
then
All right.
that's how it happens.
And then when you're getting rid of them, were the red light is on.
Oh,
corner.
oops.
Yeah.
That's what that music was about.
Yeah, you call that music back in my day.
All we had was a fiddle.
That's right.
Oh, goodness gracious. We are doing this again, huh? I thought this was outlawed.
It should have been, but all the people in charge of our laws are half dead. So
the woke mob didn't get us yet.
Yeah, the woke mob hasn't come for us yet.
Fuck. They need to be better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got to get back. You got get on our game here.
If you're a part of the woke mob, step it up a little bit.
Yeah, and send us hate mail at theallsportscene@gmail.com.
Absolutely. You can.
Come on.
That is the real email address. You can send things to it.
Yeah.
I will not read them, but you can send them there.
I'll read it. Send us your hate mail. Come on. I want to know what you got. Show me what you got.
I don't know how you're going to read it, but we'll find a way.
Why are you breaking the fourth wall like this?
No, I have to teach you how to read first, and then you can read it. So
yeah, don't tell the people I can't read.
Oh, yeah. Stoop can read. See what I just did there? I lied.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's the first time. Did it feel weird?
No, felt natural. I'm gonna do it more.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, right? You could just do that all the time, and there's no repercussions, really.
Oh my god, I really can do that.
Yeah.
Is this what people do all the time?
Some people.
That's crazy.
Successful people, probably.
Never met one.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to tell the truth ever. It's not illegal.
No, it's not. It just happens. Oh, yes. It's that time of, I don't know, every other 14th week or whatever the hell it's been since we've done this show. It's talking out our ass, people. We're back. We did it. We made one.
Back. Did you miss us? I hope you missed us.
Yes.
I hope you were very sad when we didn't have a show the last 2 weeks.
I was very sad.
Also, young Samuel is fresh off an airplane flight.
I look beautiful.
And so if we're even deader than usual, you can't blame me.
You can.
You can, and you will, and that's fine. That's what I'm here for. It's why he couldn't do the show by himself anymore. He said, "I need a punching bag.
Yes.
I need a fall guy." So he hired me.
Yeah. Well, Stoop, you want to tell the people what they're maybe gonna see?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems, this is Talking Out Our Ass. It's an interview show hosted by Sam Reeves alongside yours truly, Stu Kid, where we bring on a guest each episode and we interview them. Now, here's the twist, right? Currently, the two of us have no idea what this episode is going to be about. We have the guest come on prepared to talk about something that they want to talk about, but we tell them not to tell us in advance. So when you learn what this interview is about, we're also learning what this interview is about, and then we are tasked with providing an interview on the spot. It's a bad concept for a talk show. It makes us look like unprepared morons every time.
Yes.
And I can't imagine that there's really nothing better that you could be watching right now. So we've got that out of the way. If you're still here after I just said those words, that's on you. That's a you problem.
Yep.
Do we have a guest? I
think so.
Okay.
I hope so. I don't know. I got off a plane, so if they're here, that's fine. If they're not, it's also fine. But oh yeah, we do. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tharryn to the show. Hello, Tharryn.
Well, hello. Hey, I know there's some people in the Twitter sphere and the X sphere that thought this is going to be a cool guest. None of you know who I am, and let's hope to keep it that way. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried to tag Tharryn to promote the episode earlier, and Twitter wouldn't let me because he's on private. So this is your one chance.
He's a very private man.
Yeah.
Your one and only chance to get to know 1/4 of our future CHGO scramble golf outing.
Yes.
All we need is Herb to complete the quartet, but I don't know. Tharryn, who are you?
Well, I don't know, man. I ask myself that a lot. I go by many names in many different places. Like, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just a person doing my best that has a lot of knowledge and a lot of random different things. But, notably, I guess, Stu Kid's friend. How about that? Let's start there.
Wow. And he's real. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I paid him to say that, but beside the point. This is a highly accomplished athlete in our presence too. Man won a state championship, right? Went to the state championship with Batavia.
There we go.
And played. Well, you were at Ball State, and then you played D3 with North Central College in Naperville. North Central's been dominant the last couple of years. Did you win anything when you were there?
So no. A lot of what the success of the program has happened probably after I left. They've won 2 national titles. They've been to 3. They just lost last year.
That's right.
They went for a 2-point conversion. They didn't get it, lost by 1, but they've been a good program. More of a cross country and track school though. But football's been dominant lately.
Yeah, running's not a sport. Why would anyone do that?
That's an activity.
Yeah, silly, very silly. Unlike football, which is very serious and not silly at all.
Better tell that to all the national titles they won over there, but
yeah, fake news.
Fake news.
Prove it.
Yeah. Shit. What are we talking about then?
Well, what I do want to talk about is how, the pros and cons. We're not going to talk about this, but we want to talk about the pros and cons of Christianity in America, right? But we're not going to talk about that for reasons I don't want to talk about right now on the show. But
why does everyone say this to us?
Because this is not the platform.
This is
the program to be talking about that at all. We don't do that. Save it for Fox News, right? But what I did want to talk about is something that's been somewhat of like a hyper fixation for me probably in the last 2 weeks. I probably should see a specialist about that when that happens. But we're going to talk about sexy drill music.
What now?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
See, and what's funny is when you say that, Sam is just here thinking of construction noises.
No, I'm thinking of the Twitter account drill and what music he would make.
Oh, and if it would be sexy.
And if it would be sexy.
See, I like to think sexy drill music is like I'm like the fireman calendar, but the guys have drills. So
it could be.
You don't want to just talk about drill music. Is sexy drill music a separate thing?
Yes, it is a micro genre of New York drill music, which we're going to get into in a little bit because, I'm sure, a lot of the audience knows exactly what I'm talking about. But, we got to go through history a little bit to get to sexy drill because it is a somewhat newer micro genre of New York drill, which is, a subgenre of rap music. So some history to get to.
So when you say sexy drill, are you talking about like Ice Spice and like Sexy Red and like the stuff that's got the New York drill kind of vibe? But it's what define this for me?
I'm assuming those are people you just said names of.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one for Sam. He's gonna get a lot out of this.
You're about to get caught up on a whole lot, sir, and we're going to do our best.
Yes,
but Yeah, to answer your question, so sexy drill is like I said, a micro genre of New York City drill music. The difference in which came from UK drill music, and then originally drill music started in Chicago. We'll get there, but like the difference is that this drill music samples 2000s R&B songs, and to the kids and the teenagers that are popularizing this, which hasn't really gotten to the Midwest yet, this is old school to them, right? Because we're talking like 18 to 22-year-olds. They damn near weren't even born when 8701 came out or TP2.com came out or any of that. The main difference is they're just sampling R&B songs with the drill cadence and kick and beat and all that. That is really the main differentiator. So no, Ice Spice is not a sexy drill artist.
Damn, see, I haven't heard any of that. That sounds like I would love that. Considering that I have 8701 CD right here.
Those are numbers. Yes, very good.
Yeah. Good job.
Well, we got that out of the way, like, the numbers and drills and tools, instruments, and what else we got? We have kicks.
Far from out of the way. Nonsense never stops. Who is a sexy drill artist then, or what is? You said you have been obsessed with this for a couple weeks. What is it that you're listening to then?
So the two main artists in this genre, again, like it hasn't been like too popularized yet in the Midwest, because this is what the kids in New York City are listening to and in the East Coast, right? This is what they're listening to. I would say Cash Cobain is going to be a guy, and then Chow Lee is going to be a guy. All guys that I'm sure Sam knows, right, Sam?
Yep.
Dude, I don't even know.
Day one with those guys.
Yeah.
So those are the main two guys that are, I guess, spearheading the sexy drill movements. And it's called sexy drill, again, because it's sampling R&B. But the content, which I like it, the content and the lyrics of sexy drill are a lot softer and a little bit more wholesome. Like the positive takeaway that I'm taking away from this is that kids don't want to be thugs anymore, which I think is a good thing. They're talking about having crushes on people. They're talking about sending like romantic texts. They're talking about going on dates. They're talking about picking you up and let's ride around and listen to my music. That's real positive things, because drill music is very violent. And like this turn, it's a little softer and it's positive. And it puts me in a good mood. I don't feel like, shooting up everything. I feel like, writing love letters.
What, Sam? You don't what? you don't just
that thin white line between wanting to shoot everything up and writing love letters.
Yeah. Whom's to
the same thing. Like, it's the exact same thing.
Oh my God.
You have to ask a question now.
I don't even fucking know. But so let me just say this. I was just on the East Coast for a week, and I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Granted, it was in Georgia, and all I heard was country music, but,
it's a little different.
Who is like a big name that people might know in drill music?
So go ahead.
You're the guest. You can answer.
Okay. Well, in drill music in general, the genre, like the subgenre itself, started here in Chicago. I want to say really got kicked off in 2011, I believe, maybe early 2012. The guy who started drill music in general is Chief Keef. That's Chief Keef is the guy, and all of the OTF and all them dudes down there on the south side. That's going to be
the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Chief Keef.
Right.
Okay. I know the name Chief Keef. Do I know any of the music he makes? Absolutely not.
You'd recognize it if you heard it. Sometimes they play it at the ballpark now, which is just
that's outrageous. Why would you do that?
Just the craziest thing to think about, like me in 2012, 19-year-old me hearing Don't Like and I care about so, but like all that, like hearing that stuff for the first time. I never would have imagined that here we are 10, 13, 12 years later, and that's acceptable to play at a ballpark with families and stuff, but it works perfect because the White Sox have a player named Lenyn Sosa. So I don't know how they could play Bitches Love Sosa. I guess there's a lot of blanked out words if they do it. Anyway, that's I don't know if you want to go chronologically here, Tharryn, or what your plan was, but because Sam asked for a big name in drill music, obviously you gave the biggest one, but that's what we consider drill music in Chicago. It sounds absolutely nothing like what then happened in the UK and then came over to New York a few years later, several years later, actually, with guys like Pop Smoke. I mean, that was like the big first one for me. Who else you got for the New York drill music?
We got Pop Smoke. Ice Spice can be considered, drill music. What's his name? 5EO Foreign is drill music. We got Smooth L. That's New York drill music. So the Pop Smoke is going to be the guy that brought what was in Chicago, went to the UK, brought it back, and then he started rapping on the UK drill beats.
Actually, you know who I remember on those beats before it came to the States? When my first learning of the UK drill music thing was that comedian, the
Man's Not Hot.
Yeah, Man's Not Hot. The thing go brrrr, like that. That's the first that I was like, oh, this must be enough of a thing that people are already parodying it out there. And it was, shortly thereafter that then guys in New York started doing it, which is just a very interesting kind of role reversal situation.
It's weird. And I don't really know. I guess like one dude, like how a lot of trends start in rap, some just got bored, went on YouTube, found some beats, and it's like, all right, like let's try this, I guess. And then Pop Smoke was one of the guys. And then, here we are. And I got pretty into that. But to give some more context, I did kind of want to go chronologically, because I'm sure everybody, of course, knows what's going on right now. And it makes a whole lot of sense because I want to give more context. So, in my opinion, it's just me. You can ask other people that are listening to rap, they're going to have a different opinion. I think all of this came from one song, and it came out in 1993, and it's from Memphis. Because I looked up before I got on here, like the top hip hop songs in 1993, just to see what was out there. It was like Wu-Tang Clan, Souls of Mischief, A Tribe Called Quest. It was
a lot of that New York stuff.
Yeah, a lot of very like jazz influence. Snoop Dogg debut album was out, so it was a lot of rappity rap stuff. Like people were actually rapping and saying lyrics and making sense. Outkast was out, so just for those
making sense is a big point of emphasis.
Yeah, because where we're about to get to, nothing's going to make sense. But hey, in 1993, that's where rap was. But there was an artist from Memphis named DJ Zirk who came out with a song called Too Thick. And I think this is the first trap song ever made, ever in life. And that's where music went from there, because it was very distinctive. It was a lot of very lo-fi, gritty, double time, triplet flows. It sounded like it kind of came out of a horror film. And that was like so think about all the rapidy rap stuff happening in New York and then LA. And then Memphis, they're not saying anything. It's very monotone and it's very dark and it's very gritty. And that sounded nothing like anything that was out at that time. That sounded weird, and it sounded, I don't know, like evil, And
that's because so when you talk about evil sounding music from Memphis, obviously I think me and a lot of anyone familiar is going to think about 3 6 Mafia. Is 3 6 Mafia inspired by what you're talking about then? Like, is there a direct A to B there?
I'm glad you asked. The answer is yes, because in this very song that I'm talking about, 3 6 Mafia sampled this specific song maybe 12 to 15 different times in different songs in one verse. So yes, they were inspired by this. And then in the South, everybody sampled 3 6 Mafia songs. And then like here here we are. I did, like, for reference, if you want to play that, you probably shouldn't, because like it sucks. I made that in 5 minutes just to give like a reference point to what I'm talking about, so people want to.
Oh man, this man.
People don't know, Yeah, in 5 minutes, and it sucks. But it's an example of what I guess would be, of what things would have sounded like. So that would be example number one. If you can play that, let me know.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, see what it sounds like.
Play it out of your. Yeah, I mean, this sounds like 3 6 Mafia to me.
Exactly. That's what it sounded like, Right. So it was very dark, and it sounded like it was basically like if you saw a VHS, that was basically that in audio form. It's terrible quality. Lyrics are sampled, voices are sampled and chopped. So I think that was the first trap. Not that, but like the DJ Zerk, that was the first trap song ever made, and that's how we eventually got to Sexy Drill from there.
And also, I feel like that music really kind of raised the bar in terms of like the level of acceptable debauchery, or even level of expected debauchery in the content of the music, right? Because like prior to that, obviously you had like, explicit dirty rap with like Wu-Tang on the East Coast or like NWA on the West Coast or whatever, but it's not until the era that you're talking about where it just really starts to, the same way that people currently feel about artists like Ice Spice or Sexy Red, about how just like or Cardi B, right? People are all clutching their pearls over how like just disturbingly vulgar it all is. I think that probably was set in motion by 3 6 Mafia and who you're talking about, DJ Zerk.
Yeah, it was. And another thing too is in rap, rap, essentially is poetry, and started from a lot of artists, even before my time and all of our time. But I think this genre of music talked about the harder side of life in a harder way. Because I feel like in a lot of music, especially like in New York, struggle almost seemed poetic, and it was talked about beautifully and brilliantly. And this was like, no, this sucks. Like, I got to sell crack. Now, I'm broke and I'm going to starve, and Memphis sucks. What am I going to do? And then they're going to talk about it. So I think that was in that, led us to a lot of other things that didn't make sense, which we're going to talk about.
That's an interesting comparison or juxtaposition to point out, is like you said, the way that rap before that was, they're talking about hard times in the hood or whatever, but it's poetic and lyrical, and it's got an undertone of like let's improve the situation, or let's get out of here, or whatever. And then this stuff starts in Memphis, and it's just like, this is what we do. Like, it's dirty as shit. Like, everything sucks. Like you said, like I gotta sell crack, or else like I'm gonna die. Like,
who hasn't been there?
Yeah, whomst among us,
Now you mentioned the UK, like is that where the sampling is coming from?
So the sampling and like the style of Sexy Drill comes from the UK, because what the UK drill is mixed with grime music. So grime music can be described as more like rap and EDM combined.
It's like club music.
It's club music. And then that mixed with some of their rap and that timing made UK drill music.
Okay. It's like all the same beat. Like if you just like, you can pretty much just look up any popular British rapper and you'll know instantly the beat that we're talking about.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Surprised Paul hasn't, well, for all we know, he has, and it just hasn't made it over here. But I'm surprised Paul hasn't featured on any of those UK drill artists' music, or to stay relevant, because he does it with American artists.
It's true.
Sure does. Charlie Wilson actually for those who know, was actually on a sexy drill song, believe it or not. Charlie Wilson's probably in the 70s now, like late 60s, early 70s. He's on a sexy drill song. Good for him, man.
See, now Sam's going to write in and demand that Smokey Robinson get on one.
Oh, he fits in there.
He fits in there.
Good.
There, have we talked about gasms?
I know what you're talking about. Like, not to me, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, man. Smokey's having a good final chapter to his life.
Smokey.
This dude had a song that sounded like Brent Faiyaz did it. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
no, which
talking about it was called gangbanging. It was like drugs.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember.
I'm like, what is going on right now? Like,
Smokey's with the shits, man.
Hey, man.
And he loves Chinooka.
And he loves Chinooka.
What a couple of years for Smokey, man.
Man, I'm saying he's on a generational run in his final chapter, in his twilight years. Smokey's, more active than ever. So what I hope the microphone picked up that fart. I'm going to be sad if it didn't. What is drawing you to this music that, because you've been, it's held your attention clearly here for a period of time enough to want to talk about it?
Yeah, period of time in 2 weeks. We'll see in a month. I might never listen to this again. I don't know. But I guess what got my attention to it is it's kind of two things, right? And then they're on different ends of the scale. It's the drill cadence, which is very fast, and there's very hard kicks to it, and the chords that are being played or the songs that are being sampled. What got my attention is because, like, this stuff I was listening to in middle school and high school, right? The actual R&B music that's being sampled into this. Right. I heard it on Spotify. I'm like, what is this? Like, what are they doing over there? What is this? And what drew me in was the content. Like, these guys aren't thugs. And like I said, in drill music especially, like, a lot of the content is very violent. Again, starting in Memphis. And it's very minimalist and it's very gritty. And this is the opposite of that. These kids are actually talking about something positive and grab my attention. So mainly the softer chords, the softer content to the song, and the samples mainly that were used. I love R&B.
So it's obviously not sonically, but like spiritually, is this sort of continuing, like carrying the torch from sort of what Juice WRLD started in the more like the softer, more emotional kind of thing? Like, is that I know that it's musically different, but is that you get that kind of feeling that that's the same kind of audience that it's hitting?
I absolutely do. Like Juice WRLD's content and his music, spread throughout the country and everything like that. Again, this just hasn't made it this way yet, but it's definitely the same crowd of listeners that would like Juice WRLD. And again, similar in content.
Isn't it interesting how that works? Because like we have the internet now. There's no reason for music to be sort of regional or localized, and yet you do find that happening somehow still.
They're sending it via Telegram.
Right. Yeah,
they're playing the music on the Telegram.
They're playing the snare of the sexy drill to like Telegram. That's
yeah, that'd be hard.
How do you Telegram music? Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a telegraph machine just to do that. Do they still? Is that a thing? How does that work? Somebody, if you're watching the show and you're an expert in the telegraph, send an email to theallsportscene@gmail.com.
Subject line Telegram.
Yeah.
Let us know where we can find one.
Yeah, tell us how we can set up a telegraph. It'll be great. You know, if you sent, sorry, I'm getting off topic, but if you sent a bomb threat via telegraph, like, does anything happen to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like right now in 2024, if you sent a bomb threat someplace via telegraph, well, I suppose that
they would have to have a telegraph too.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of a
not the FBI tapping into this show right now. What is that?
Oh no, they watch. They're faithful watchers.
Yeah, they're our only watchers.
Yeah,
yeah. They got the stream tapped.
Yeah, we've got our own agents assigned to us, but at this point, no doubt,
for sure.
But like, do you hypothetically, if I don't know, maybe there's a museum somewhere that's got a functional telegraph machine, and so if I set one up here and like Morse coded out some kind of bomb threat, like, does that get called in? Does anyone even know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
The one historian there's like, oh my god, something bad.
Oh no! Bad. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up, dude. It's just beeps, you weirdo. Like,
this is the story. It's like, everybody clear the museum now. And that's basically what drill music sounds like.
And that's what drill music is.
In a nutshell.
Exactly it.
It's a bomb threat over telegraph.
And that's why they're trying to put a stop to it. That's why it hasn't made it here yet. They're fearing.
So, Tharryn, what I remember when like Chief Keef and all those guys, Lil Durk and on and on started blowing up here in Chicago like 12 years ago. It was called drill music because the content was explicitly about, killing each other, right? Or doing drills, going out and shooting each other. So how does the same moniker end up in the UK where they're definitely not doing that?
That is an excellent point. I think their content was somewhat similar to it, and they just called it drill. But not exactly, though, because UK, I feel like I haven't been over there, but, I watch a lot of Top Boy, right? And that's exactly like South London. It's a lot stabbier in the UK, I feel like.
Because they don't have guns the same way.
Very, very stabby. You know what I mean? So, of course, there was a lot of that going on in music, and I think they just took that. And it's like, all right, well, that's our drill music. And, like, all those guys over there were listening to Chief Keef and them. I'm like, okay, that's the same thing. It's not, but I think that's where they took the name from, and just called it.
And so then I guess that's how the New York drill music ends up being called that, is just because they just straight took the sound from the UK drill music.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then they made it sexy.
But then, no, now it's sexy. Well, but first, the New York took it and reclaimed the content in the name of good old gun violence.
Yeah.
Good old American gun violence.
Because we got to show, the UK that we're still independent from them.
That's right. That's right. That's what makes us cooler and better and superior to the UK.
We're going to steal your shit and say it's ours.
That's right. And we can buy guns at Walmart. Can you buy guns at Walmart, you stupid British people? I don't think so. And there's no downside to how accessible guns are in the United States. Nothing bad ever happens.
No, nothing. Ever.
As a result of easy access to firearms. If anything, we should have more. I think that would make us safer. Everyone should have a gun. Every single man, woman, and child. Right?
Yes. Arm everyone.
Everybody.
Everyone.
And legalize heroin.
Perfect.
Is there any drill music about that, Tharryn?
Legalizing heroin?
Yeah.
About heroin? I don't.
About legalizing it.
So.
About legalizing it.
Strictly legalizing it.
About legalizing heroin, no, but
there's an untapped market here, is what you're saying.
heroin drill? Like, is that going to be like an even micro genre of sexy drill? We're just going to
Yeah.
make that.
Legalize heroin drill music.
Yeah. Legalize heroin drill music.
And then there's going to be sexy legalized heroin drill.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. So
we're going to sample R&B songs over it.
That's right. We'll make like the type of old school Memphis beat that you made, but we'll sample R&B songs underneath it, and then the content will be all about how we should legalize heroin.
Of course.
This is a great business model. I think this is really going to take off. The Illuminati will be all over this.
Oh yeah, this might be dangerous.
Do you get free parking in the Illuminati with like an Illuminati membership? I feel like that's a thing. Like,
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because the Illuminati is the ones that are pushing all the, gang violence in the culture and, all that shit, right? Like the Illuminati was totally behind 3-6 Mafia, and they're the reason, why, violent video games make kids, act up or whatever. And so I feel like if we start making music about legalizing heroin, the Illuminati will be like, oh yeah, we'll push your shit for free. Like, just sell us
free parking, man.
Yeah, just give us your soul or whatever. And I'll be like, yeah, cool. I'm not using it. As long as we get heroin legalized. I mean, that's what I'm about.
Through music, not through
music,
court or not through any laws.
Yeah, right. If there's one thing that our listeners and viewers should take away from the Tharryn episode is that heroin should be legal.
Through music. Through music.
So let's see. So we sort of covered anyway Chicago drill music. It goes over to the UK. Do you listen to any of that UK stuff at all? Because I can't take it seriously with the British dudes rapping. It's just funny. It's just funny to me.
I do.
Oh, bother.
Yeah.
It's very like the accent. It took me a little while to understand the cadence and the accent because it just made me laugh at first. But I do listen to it and it's okay. Like I have an open mind, like Central C and all them boys. Like I like what they do. Dave, who else is over there? Gigs, because he was.
There's a rapper that's just named
Gigs.
No, you said Dave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dave.
Dave. I'm Dave.
Dave's gonna hear this. He's gonna come to Chicago.
That's
He's a very dangerous man.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave is. He's a rapper.
Yeah. Dave.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's really good. What a sick rap name. Yo, what's up? I'm Dave. Oh shit. Why is Dave? You said Dave's a dangerous man. What makes Dave dangerous?
He's sold a lot of crack and stabbed a lot of people. That's pretty dangerous to me. Have you sold crack? Stabbed anybody?
No comment. Do people smoke crack in the UK?
I don't know. Sure.
Probably in London. That's about
really?
it.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I never go there.
I feel like they're not. I feel like they're not cool enough. Maybe London. Maybe London might be cool enough for some crack.
Probably the only place.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I suppose.
But to all this, guys, like to get from all that Memphis stuff to drill music, we skipped over trap music. That's the bridge.
Oh. But trap music isn't trap music happening sort of more like parallel, more concurrently?
No.
I feel like drill music was sort of an offshoot of trap music and not the other way around.
Right. I agree with that. But yeah, I just wanted to make the point that drill came from trap. All of that.
Right. And then trap music keeps happening.
It keeps happening. Right. Yeah,
drill is a like an offshoot, a spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
But what
What
do you
are
want to
they-
say about trap music?
Yeah.
What I have to say about trap music? I'll say this: like, if I were a Pokemon, trap music would be like the power stone that like made me like go through puberty. Without trap music, I wouldn't be a man.
I don't think that's the verbiage they use in Pokemon. I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Some you have to have stones to evolve.
Yeah, but I don't think the Pokemon go through puberty.
They evolve. That's what I meant.
Evolve.
Evolve. Thank you. It's been a little while since I watched Pokemon 25 years ago. Thank you.
With this stone, you can go through puberty.
Yeah,
The trap
like that
stone.
really doesn't sound appealing to me. Keep that shit away from me. I'm good.
Shit, I took like 3 of these.
Ah, triple puberty. My voice is gonna sound like a fucking foghorn. Yeah. But so like, because I'm thinking about, like, I mean, I probably started hearing or listening to trap music around the same time the drill music just like burst onto the scene around 2011 2012, around there, with the likes of 2 Chainz. With 2 Chainz had an album called Trap Music, didn't he?
Something like that. Pretty
I believe
girls like trap music.
yeah,
maybe?
something like, yeah, I mean, Future's early days, and I suppose you can't talk about it without mentioning like Gucci Mane and
Yep. Young
Jeezy, yeah.
T.I.
Somebody named Boozy Badass.
There you go. That a
Yeah,
boy.
there you go. See,
Are you on Google right now?
Young Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
He's on Wikipedia. That's what he's on.
Smaller Wayne. Richard Ross. All these people.
Smaller Wayne.
Richard Ross too. Yeah,
Richard Ross.
He makes music.
Yes.
Good old Richard.
Yes. I just don't understand what they're trying to trap with their music. Like, who are they trying to
Bears,
get?
small game, really, like
Oh.
possums and
Like
rabbits.
pheasants. and
Sometimes
stuff?
woodland creatures too.
Yeah.
Oh shit. They're just out there in the woods playing music trying to trap.
And they're like, why doesn't this work? Like, maybe the hi-hat's not loud enough.
We got to put it on the radio. That'll get
Yeah.
'em.
Yeah.
And then look what happened. All the creatures got trapped.
That's true. There are
Just
no
trap
more
music
creatures.
got popular.
They're all gone now.
They're all gone.
Creatures are extinct.
So trap music led to drill music. Okay.
Yes.
When did that happen? That like that evolution go through?
As far as the trap to drill, again, probably like 2011 when "Don't Like" by Chief Keef came out, because it had a lot of the same elements of trap music, but
But it was
down
even dumber.
It was
Even dumber.
even dumber. That's I think like the real transitions. The lyrics got even dumber than they already were to drill music.
Right. Like trap music was already sort of like there was a lot less lyrical depth from the rap music that it was coming from. Like it's a big step down from like Snoop Dogg bars and Lil Wayne bars down to like 2 Chainz bars, and then it's another step down from there to "Don't Like" by Chief Keef, where he just spends 3 minutes just listing things he doesn't like. That's pretty much the song.
That's a song. Don't like. You don't like it.
Don't like.
Yep. Bitch, person, a snitch.
Is this the Donald Trump IQ test? Person, woman, man, camera,
Yeah.
TV.
That's that shit I don't like.
He's just listing it. This is shit I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like.
Yes. It was on a paper. It was on a scroll actually in the studio.
And I like imagining an extended version of the song where he gets to broccoli, cooked carrots. That's that shit I don't like. You know,
Canned tuna.
right?
Like
Like fresh is good. I like ahi tuna, but like canned tuna, that's that shit I don't
That's
like.
the shit I don't like.
Like it's just 11 minutes long and it just keeps going. Like
He's narrating over music.
like wet socks. That's that shit I don't like. Like
I would 100% listen to that.
yeah.
it's just complaining. He was just complaining. He
was just complaining, and he was under house arrest.
Listen, this is shit I don't like, and you need to hear about it.
Well, in his defense, like he wasn't legally allowed to leave his house, so he had time to just kind of sit and stew about the stuff he didn't like.
House arrest, that's the shit I don't like.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it either. I think that's valid.
Yeah.
I'm literally trying to think of any portion of the chorus that I can say.
You can't. It's just blurred out. You can't say anything. Cursing, talking about ops, and you can't. Not for the show.
A sneak disser. Sneak disser, I'm allowed to say. That's that shit I don't like.
Yes. Those words you said.
My favorite Fredo Santana song, R.I.P. is called Gun Violence. Because I think that it quite eloquently articulates sort of the mood of that era. And I encourage anyone interested to go look up Gun Violence by Fredo Santana.
Is it a song that keeps us makes us come together as a country and like hold hands and love each other?
Yes, very much. It's a very unifying kind of kumbaya.
Okay, good.
Kind of track.
Yeah. Holding hands, praying,
Good love, wholesome music.
Yeah. Like Sexy Drill. It's very awesome.
Just like Sexy Drill. Fredo Santana would have been all aboard the Sexy Drill wave.
I think they would have kicked him off, to be quite honest, but we'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Gone too soon.
Couldn't you see FBG Duck making that turn?
Basically, he would have had to give his life to Christ then to be like, hey, you know what, Lord, hey, I'm ready to make sexy drill music now. I'm ready
to make sexy drill. He made Chicago Legends, and some may say that was just about business, but this is way too inside baseball. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull it back out. Let's see. So you mentioned then, so you get trap music out of Atlanta, Memphis, Houston, the South.
Fetty Wap.
And then okay, fine. Because in between these periods that we're talking about, because there's like a 10-year gap between Chicago drill music popping off and actually, a 10, probably like a 10-year.
I'd say like 7.
Oh, close to a 10-year gap between. Maybe because I suppose it was like pre-pandemic when Pop Smoke was blowing up, but just barely. Just barely. So you got a good 7-8 year gap there between Chicago drill music blowing up and then New York drill music blowing up. Right smack dab in the middle of that is a revolution.
Oh my God.
Is a melodic, jovial, devil may care revolution of 1738.
Oh fuck! I'm cramping up. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So Sam's the one that brought this to my attention here. Is like, so where does Fetty Wap fit into this picture maybe not musically, or maybe musically, but content wise, is there criteria that he meets for either kind of drill music, or where does Fetty Wap fit in is what the audience wants to know.
All right, audience. In my honest opinion, he's his own thing. Nobody has done that really before him. Very sing-songy, but can't really sing. It only does 5 to 7 different types of runs, all very strategically and robotically placed in like similar places. Nobody really did that before, and nobody's done it after, because if
I would disagree, nobody's done it after.
Okay, who then?
Travis Scott made his whole career doing exactly what Fetty Wap did, but with auto-tune, just singing the same melody over and over repetitively. Post Malone got started with his career doing that. I think a bunch of careers got launched based off of Fetty Wap showing people, hey, if you just sing one little lick for 3 straight minutes over and over and over, just insanely repetitive, you can make a lot of money. And I think then Travis Scott, like, remember Travis Scott blew up off of like, Antidote, and like that was like just the same, just over and over and over and over the whole song.
I thought Travis Scott blew up because people died at his thing.
No, that was later.
That was a little later.
Okay.
A little later.
Damn. R.I.P. those people.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. I think a case could be made that without Fetty Wap, you don't have Travis Scott or Post Malone or guys like that. And obviously there's another artist that I'd like to credit, even above that, but we don't have time. Let's see. You gave some names for sexy drill music, but if anyone's interested, what's the first thing I should go and check out and be like, oh, this is what Tharryn was talking about. This is sexy drill music.
You could check out Jay Holiday by Cash Cobain.
Okay.
Because Jay Holiday is an R&B singer, and guess what song they're sampling on Jay Holiday? A Jay Holiday song. So check out Jay Holiday by Cash Cobain. You can also check out, what is this called? Wolfface Joey. And his song is called Cake by Wolfface Joey. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
These are my buddies, Wolfface Joey and Dave.
Dave.
I swear Dave's a real person.
Oh, man.
That's his name.
Let's see. How many other rappers can I name drop so I can get shot? Let's see. I said FBG Duck.
Shingy.
Let's see. L.A. Capone. Tuca.
I'm not saying anything. I'm good.
I'm just saying names. No one's ever gonna hear me.
Please no. Yeah, they should.
Smoking anyway. Anyway, is the human race redeemable?
Sharp turn.
That's my question.
It's a staple on the show.
I can't answer that.
Well, you're the guest, and this is an interview, so
the first abstain we've ever had from that question.
Yeah, that's true.
The world will have to find out. We're just gonna have to keep on living.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks. What about
we have to keep on living?
Yeah.
What about you, Sam? You got any final questions?
What is drill?
Like like we said, it's sexy firemen with drills.
Now they're firemen.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, they got calendars and everything.
They're all
Just
oiled.
remember-
They're all oiled up, you know, suspenders on and whatnot.
They're just singing doo-wop songs.
No, they're just playing drills. Like
Yeah.
they're not even singing. There's no music. It's just the sound of drills.
That's like that's on my mom's sound machine when she goes to bed. Sounds of drills.
Yeah, and she's listening to sexy drill music.
That's sexy drill. Now that's sexy drill music. That's really what it is.
That's right, because it's sweaty cut firemen in suspenders, you know,
Using drills.
using drills.
That is sexy.
And we talked about it for an hour.
Man, we made it that long? Oh my god.
You know, most people wouldn't spend that long on this topic, but you know what? We are those people.
That's what you tune into this station for, folks.
99 of you are watching this right now. Think about that. 99 of you turned in to watch a show about firemen.
Really makes you really makes you think. Really makes you think.
And you got to learn about a guy named Dave.
Dave. And now we know about Dave.
Good for Dave.
You may be asking who Dave is. He's Dave.
That's Dave. That's Dave.
That's Dave. And Dave, if I'm ever in London,
Stab.
Let's have lunch. Let's do lunch.
yeah, I'll bring the silverware. For tea and crumpets, buddy. I have no further questions, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Okay. Tharryn, you got anything you want to plug, or do you just want to tell people to leave you alone?
Leave me alone, please. I'm not plugging anything. I'm on Twitter. I just don't.
I'll tell you what. I can dox you one time because I can say that hey, come out to the CHGO charity golf the scramble tournament in July.
You could. Don't tag me. I'll be there.
I can't tag you. It
Good.
won't let me. I'm just saying for anyone watching.
Won't let me.
Yeah, you come out, see Sam carry all of us.
Yep. Sorry in advance. My fault. It's gonna be ugly.
Don't be sorry. We're gonna do great. Go team.
Yeah, we're winning that shit.
Okay.
Easy, hands down.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna cheat at all.
Nope.
Or buy shots or do any of the fun scramble things.
I really eagled every single hole. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
28 under.
Really
See?
weird.
We were just hot. We got hot, you know.
Oh boy. Yes, that will conclude our interview with Tharryn here. Thank you so much for joining us, Tharryn. Thank you everybody who watched along tonight. You commented along night, even with the very, very late notice that the show was happening, because I got off a plane and wasn't sure if I'd make it. So thank you everybody who watched along. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching on Twitter, hi, bye.
Asscast.
And yeah, we will have Askcast for you on Thursday night, and we'll see you then. Good night.
Don't follow me.